Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. Good morning, everybody, and happy Friday. For lunch today, we're having an Italian dunker, leafy greens, apples, pineapple mango smoothie bowl, or cool tropic slush. And for dessert, they're also giving you leapin' lime sherbet. So enjoy that for lunch today. We have one birthday, and that is Abril from Miss Sorge's class, so happy birthday to you. Before we jump into Future Friday, we do have the conclusion of our story about Blanca Flor from Tales of Abuelitas Told. So picking up where we left off, Blanca Flor just told him he needs to take Pensamiento. So let's see what Alfonso decides to do. But when Alfonso got to the stable and saw the two horses, he thought, that old skinny horse will never be able to carry us both, and he proceeded to saddle Viento. While Alfonso was getting the horse, Blanca Flor's father was at his daughter's door. He called softly to see if she was asleep. Blanca Flor? And the breath she had left on the water answered, Yes, father, do you need me? After a few minutes he called again, Blanca Flor. And the breath repeated faintly, Yes, father? But when he called again a third time, the breath only let out a sigh. He stormed into the room and quickly realized that neither Blanca Flor nor the prince was there, and so he set out after them. Blanca Flor was dismayed when Alfonso came to fetch her riding Viento, but seeing that her father was emerging from the castle, she jumped on the horse behind the prince and urged him to go on. They had galloped across the valley for only a few minutes when they heard Pensamiento carrying her father catching up with them. If only we had taken Pensamiento instead of Viento, said Blanca Flor. My father would have never been able to keep up with us. Then she took the comb that held her hair and threw it on the road behind them. The comb turned into a chain of steep mountains that blocked the way and allowed them to gain a little distance. But very soon they heard the sound of Pensamiento's hooves approaching again. Blanca Flor took the gold pin that held her shawl and she threw it on the road behind them. The gold pin turned into a desert of very hot sand, and that allowed them to gain a little distance. But soon they heard Pensamiento's hooves again. If only we had taken Pensamiento instead of Viento, said Blanca Flor. And she took her blue silk shawl and she threw it on the road behind them. The blue silk shawl turned into a large sea with high waves covered with foam. Then Alfonso urged Viento, Take on all my good thoughts, the thoughts of my mother's love, the thoughts of my father's kindness, my thoughts of love for Blanca Flor. You can take these thoughts, Viento. Let them lighten your step. Spurred by Alfonso's thoughts, Viento became as fast as Pensamiento. Before they knew it, the prince and Blanca Flor were at the doors of Alfonso's own castle, being greeted by his kind father and his loving mother, who held them both in one embrace. They were still holding one another when a terrible gust of wind began ripping the leaves off the trees, and they could see a black tornado approaching. Alfonso gathered all his courage and he shouted into the wind, My word has been honored! How about yours? The wind blew even more wildly for a moment, but then it subsided, and they heard in the dying wind, with a deep voice that sounded as though it came from far away, You have proven to be wise, my daughter. Now be happy. And this is the story of Blanca Flor. It began with threads of silver and ended with threads of gold, all woven for you in the story we told. The end. I hope you enjoyed hearing a little bit of that story of Blanca Flor. And now it's on to Future Friday. Okay, everyone, it's time for another Future Friday where we look into your future to see what kind of careers and colleges are available to you. It's important to know what options you have because knowledge is power, and we want you to know all of the options, including college, trade school, military, employment, technical college. There's so many paths you can take. Alright, we're back with the D6 Academies and Pathways, and we have finally made it to the very last academy, the Leadership Academy, which has 2 pathways in it. We have the alternative cooperative education pathway offered at Jefferson, and then we have the Marine Corps Junior Reserve Office Training Corps at Northridge High School. So if you would like to watch a video, you can learn a little bit more specifically about the program at Northridge. They have a video talking about what it's like to be part of the JROTC at Northridge. So you can check that out. And then for our career of the week, I chose Marine Corps Dog Handler, which is a realistic career. Some of their tasks are basic care and training of military working dogs, and they have to work with the dogs who are detecting dangerous items or locating lost people. Important skills are the ability to make extremely fast and accurate decisions in stressful environments, have strong leadership abilities, not allergic to dogs, and have strong physical fitness skills. A good personality for this job is someone who enjoys working outside and traveling to different locations, remains calm under pressure, communicates well with animals, and works well independently. So I also have a video showing what that career is like if you'd like to learn more about that. Lead the charge, Buffaloes!